Live from the happiest place in the Lone Star State, welcome back to the Talking Mickey Project. TMP is your home for Disney fans of all abilities. Now, it's your host, Emma. Mute. Now we're not on mute. We were making sure we were on mute before and left it on too long. Oh, well. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jonathan.
And thank you for coming this morning, Jonathan.
That's right. Emma got to see Jonathan in person at a Fiesta event today.
I also saw his mom, too.
And Dancing Dad is back. Yeah, I'm not a great dancer, I guess, but hey, I'm having fun. Emma's dancing. Look. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Well, tonight we have a great interview. It is all about what, Emma? What's it about?
Gray Hauser.
Gray Hauser, who owns and operates Monorail News and disabilityatdisney.com.
The we're going to talk about with the link below, guys.
That's right. He was a special guest of Disney for the media preview for the what?
Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser.
Can you believe it? So we talked to Gray recently, and he told us all about it. He told us some really cool stuff, so you got to listen to this.
And he likes Coke, too.
And he's got some cool stories, too, right?
And he likes Coke, too.
Oh, and he likes Coke. Yeah, he's a Coke drinker. Emma likes that. She collects some Coke things, too. So that is cool. So let's say hello to everybody one more time while we got a chance. Charlie is here. Good evening, Emma. Jonathan is here, of course. Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Michael is here. Crazy Mike's Fun Channel. Mary is here. Good to see you, Mary.
Brandon is here.
Brandon is here. That's right. Good to see you, too. And I'm looking.
Margot and Clary can make Alma in them.
And, I think this is Miss Alma. Maybe Junior, right?
Roger.
Hope you guys have a good April Fool's Day on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Emma's mom says, I'm an awesome dancer. Okay.
And got because you like the Beatles, Mom, isn't it?
Look, and Michael says the office chair boogie. There you go. You got it. Well, we are about ready. But we're going to tell you about Emma's social media real fast like we always do, because we want to remind you, if you haven't followed Emma on Facebook, you can do that at Talking Mickey Project YouTube channel. Go and follow the page, like it, and subscribe. You can also follow Emma's Facebook group called Disney Friends of All Abilities. You can look for that. It's got well over 300, more than what it shows, members right now, which is awesome. And Emma's website called talkingmickey.com. You can find more information about all of her social media. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can find out all of the mission for her channel, what she's trying to do and inspiring others. And you can find out a little bit more about Emma, period. What some of her favorite Disney things are listed out there.
If we could go to what to use the dash.
That's right. There's a page out there that's all about going to Disney with disabilities. And it's got links to all the official stuff. So that is something you don't want to miss.
Hey, Ryan.
All righty. So where's the romper room looking glass? I agree. I'm old enough to remember that.
You mean
I
looking?
see.
You mean Alan Kruger looking
I
glass?
see so and so. The lady never saw Kevin. For some reason, she never saw me, but she saw lots of other people, I guess. All righty, guys. It is time for the interview. So are you ready, Emma?
No.
All right. Here we go. This is Gray Hauser, all about his media preview for the Galactic Starcruiser, the Halcyon. All right, here we go.
Enjoy the
Ready?
Welcome, Gray Hauser, back to my show.
Welcome back.
It's so good to be here.
This is fun. We've been looking forward to this because Gray had a chance to visit the Halcyon. There's a lot of names for this thing, right?
It's
There's
the
the
Halcyon,
Star
yes.
Wars Hotel. There's the Galactic
Starship Halcyon.
Cruiser. There's the and they must have a really big sign, is what I'm thinking. They have all those words on it.
What can you cargo ship for?
Yeah, exactly. Well, who is Gray?
Gray Hauser is the owner
Uh-huh.
of the Monorail News
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am.
And
disabilities at Disney.
that's right.
Yes.
So, yeah, Gray, could you remind everybody what the two websites are and what you do?
Sure. So I have the opportunity through my two websites, Monorail News and Disability at Disney, to bring a little bit of the Disney magic that we all love and that we all crave into your day-to-day life. So Monorail News is more general focused, and we just launched an awesome new redesign for that site that adds a reading center so you can actually heart different topics, and it will only show you what's relevant to you. So we cover a wide variety of things on there, from news about the company to the parks to the cruise ship, even to Disney Plus. We really try and do it all. And then with Disability at Disney, what we try and do is distill the stories and the information that matter to people who are looking to visit Disney World with a disability. And, we're not just limited to visual disabilities or mobility disabilities. We're trying to be a big tent where all sorts of people, both with disabilities and those who know people with disabilities, and then those people who just want to support, that community, can gather and can talk about the thing they really enjoy.
There you go, right? And that was one of the focuses that we've got to start with about the experience you had, is to learn a little bit more about how they factored in the disability community to the new hotel. But do you want to start with question number one? Because it kind of kicks off the whole discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, great. Here's number one.
How were you chosen to be part of the field to tour the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser before its official opening?
I have no idea. I just got really, really lucky. I have some friends at Disney who work in the PR department, and I think they worked a little bit of their magic to make it happen. Hi, Allison Montgomery.
There you go. That's cool.
Thank you again for the awesome opportunity. And they're just really, really kind and good to me. And they're the ones who open the doors with their magic key they have. And it's great.
That's awesome. So there you go. And it's because he does so much work, right? He covers Disney in a bunch of different ways. And they know that he's got a following, right? And that he does a great job. So they want to have people there that represent them and will give fair reviews. So there you go. All right. Well, here's number two.
Yes.
What was your favorite part of the Star Wars Starcruiser experience?
Ooh, okay. Favorite part. This is difficult because so much of it is spectacular. But I really can't name a negative thing that I saw. But to me, I think the idea that you go into the Starcruiser and the characters interact with you. Like, they will remember your name and they will pull you off for special side missions. And they really make you feel like you are the most important person in the story. And to me, the ability for them to do that is just outstanding, and is just really the highlight of the whole thing.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Uh,
So we've seen tons of videos online, and they talk,
Yeah.
you know, there you could see them having conversations with people in the lobby and in the shows and, you know, the dining room and all that kind of stuff. But somehow they have that information at hand. So do you think it's them remembering, or do you think there's some technology involved, or what?
You know, it's probably a little bit of both. I'd like to think it's them remembering, right?
Yeah.
As a guess, but there has to be some sort of technology. I mean, 500 people, you know, minimum, in the ship at one time. There's no way you remember all those people, unless unless maybe somebody makes a real big impression. Like, I think Lou Mangello really made an impression on the ship mechanic, so he got like lots of call outs.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go. Well, and it also seems like the hotel is built like a hotel, right? The ship is built like a hotel. So it has a dining room, it has the staterooms, it has a big lobby, it has a gift shop, it has a. So how much did it feel like a hotel while you were there, or did it feel like a ship?
that's a really interesting question, because obviously the conceit here is that you're on like a starship that is a hotel. So I think they do a really good job of making the whole thing feel themed, like you're in outer space. But obviously, even if this was real and we really were in the Star Wars galaxy, I don't think I think that it would still feel kind of hotel-y, you know? Um, look, you have staterooms, right? Like how you're not going to get rid of those, you know?
Yeah.
They're kind of out of the way though, so if you're just doing like the activities, you could probably not even find the staterooms.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the videos they showed, like the mechanical rooms, I guess the engine room, and they showed um the bridge, and it seemed like they were all sort of close to the main lobby area.
They are, yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you could follow those storylines and use your data pad, it looks like, and do all those things and kind of be in that same general area. That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because when we go to Disney, we like to eat stuff, and we have some favorite snacks.
Yes.
So Emma has,
I actually wrote the rest, actually.
yes, she has question number 3. We'll jump right into the foods. You go ahead.
What did you think of the food you had during the experience?
The food is out of this galaxy. It really is. They gave us like a little smorgasbord of some of the best items, I think. And my favorite was the braised like pork shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
It was phenomenal. And then the dessert. If you've been to Pandora, the world of Avatar, and you've eaten at the Chili Canteen, you're probably aware of my favorite blueberry mousse cheesecake circle thing.
Okay.
They have that, but it's more general berry flavored. And I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, can you bring me like 100 of these? I could just eat that and be happy for 2 days straight. But the food's excellent. The food is top notch. It's up there with like Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, that's saying a
good.
lot, because that's a great restaurant, I think. Boma's awesome. Yeah, all of them at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think, are really good. One of the things that Emma loves whenever we go to Louisiana and whenever we can find it here is shrimp. And they have
crawfish.
Well, you like crawfish too.
Oh yeah, the crawfish. Yeah.
Yeah, but they also had, from what they were showing in the photos early on, they had blue shrimp, and it looked like they actually did have crawfish, huh? So did y'all experience that? Did y'all see those?
No. I was so disappointed we did not get to have the blue strap.
Oh,
I was looking forward to it too.
yeah. A blue shrimp po' boy would be good from New Orleans. You'd have to try that. You'd want it to be food coloring though, because if it was naturally blue, that might be a problem.
Oh, so apparently the blue shrimp are dyed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like food coloring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All righty. So do you want to talk about the next one? The next one is a little bit more about the characters.
Yeah.
Okay. So Emma has number 4.
What was your experience like with the characters?
So did you have one-on-one interactions with them? And
Yes.
what was that like?
Yes, like I will tell you, I stepped onto the ship, and I was in content gathering mode. I was, I'm like, I'm gonna get a photo of this and a video of that, and etc. And I was doing that. I was on the bridge. I was in the process of getting photos, and out of nowhere, the ship's mechanic Sammy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Oh, hey, Sammy," because they gave us like an information sheet of all the characters' names first. And he's like, "How do you know my name?" And I'm like, "Just an inkling, Sammy." It's like, "What's your name? Where are you from?" And we do the whole thing, and I'm like, "I'm from Earth," and he's like, "What part of the galaxy is Earth in?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is my chance to be clever."
Yeah.
And say, "Oh, it's in a galaxy far, far away." and he's like, "Oh, so Outer Rim." And I'm like, yeah, Outer Rim. And yeah, so you do get to have one-on-one moments with the characters, and they're all spectacular. Like I don't think there's anything you could say or do that would throw them off.
That's saying a lot, yeah, because they basically have to ad-lib their whole thing while staying in character, right? That's got to be.
Yeah.
They got to be really good actors, basically.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's what most people were saying. One of the highlights for them of the whole experience has been the interaction with characters, like you said earlier. It was just is awesome. All righty, we got number 5. You ready for number 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of the transport from Earth to the Starcruiser?
The launch pod and that whole experience is really, really cool, right? So you get there and you go into the building, and it's a long, dark hallway with the Chandrila Starline logo illuminated on the opposite end. And then they have like a little video briefing that explains to you some of the other safety things about the ship. And then you come to the launch pod, and the doors, open, and you go in, and they have these windows that you can look at that are kind of up at the top, and you can see, you go into hyperspace, and then you slowly approach the ship, and all the while, Star Wars music is playing. It's swelling. It's getting louder and more epic, and then the doors open on the other end, and there you are. You're in the atrium in the Halcyon. And it was so cool. Like, really, it was great. It was so immersive. It was fantastic.
And that was what you said about the music. I was curious about too, because we were talking when we were looking at the original stuff that was coming out about whether they were actually using the Star Wars music from the films, or was it all new?
I think they do. Yeah, they use a mixture. So like at the end, and I won't spoil it for you, but at the end, when it's over, they play the classic, Star Wars triumphant anthem.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's great.
Oh, cool. Well, they're bringing in some of the stuff that the fans wanted initially. It sounds like from the length.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think they definitely took the criticism.
Yeah.
And this is a love letter to people who liked the original 3 and the original 6 movies.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, because that's what people were concerned about. Was it going to be all new Star Wars, or was it going to have those throwbacks that people loved?
But it's between both the new movie and the newer one.
Yeah, it probably is a little bit more related to that, but it does
It is
have,
a little bit more, yeah.
yeah, it sounds like it does have some of the original throwbacks though.
Like you will encounter Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yeah, so that's the newer films, right?
I'm talking about like the storyline in between the movies.
Oh, the storylines. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you want to talk about the hotel? Well, let's say the cabins,
Yeah.
whatever we call them. You want to go ahead? You asked.
What did you think of the room and the Starcruiser?
So I should clarify here. We didn't actually get the opportunity to stay in the rooms, but we did get a room tour.
Yeah.
And what really shocked me was I was expecting the rooms to feel a little cramped. But I don't think that really will be a problem. They obviously are smaller than a deluxe room on property. They're more in line with a moderate or a value, probably somewhere in between. But you are going to spend every waking hour outside of that room. Like you'll be lucky to get 7 hours of sleep a night with the jam-packed schedule they have you on. There was one thing that was really cool about the room is they have a logistics droid that you can communicate with inside your stateroom. And it's an AI. It's part of like their new character development program. And it's in play testing, so it may not be available during every stay, but like you can talk to it and you can be like, I want to join the resistance. And it'll be like, go talk to the cruise director. She may know more information. Or it'll ask you, like,
That's
what
cool.
do you think of your view out into space? Just fun in-story things.
That's
so
cool.
The interactivity continues even in your room, which I thought was really cool.
And the fact that they're testing it like that, I mean, we've seen over the years when they test new technology, like something simple now is when you leave Small World, they may put your name up on the screen.
Yes.
When they were testing that so long ago, it was like, wow, this is amazing. What's going to happen next? And when you see like with the characters now, and they may recognize you, maybe there's some technology involved. You never know what that's going to evolve to. So it's pretty cool. We're seeing something brand new that may really change, the entertainment that they provide.
Oh yeah, no, I mean this. If Disney chooses to continue going down this path, it's going to revolutionize the parks and the hotels, right? It's going to be Westworld. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it's a TV series. Yeah.
Oh, I got you caught. Westworld, I thought maybe said Westcott, because that was originally.
Oh no, not Westcott. Yeah, they were planning to build Westcott in California, and they never did that. But yeah, you're right. That's a good reference. Well, this was related to the rooms and I guess also the bridge as well. And Emma was curious about this one.
I know the screen.
Yes. So number 7.
How realistic are the screen or viewports?
So like, how much do you really feel like you're in space when you look out the windows?
Well, what do you mean realistic? I mean, we were really in space. No, not really. I was surprised. Like I had been to Space 220, and I thought that the viewports out into space there were good. This is like levels above that.
Oh wow!
Like the screens are bright. It feels like there's depth. They've done some cool tricks, so it's not like the windows are the screens. The screens are set back behind the windows. So when you move around the room, you get like some parallax effect.
Okay.
So it doesn't really look like you're looking at a screen. It's really, really well done.
Yeah.
And that's a highlight, definitely.
And go ahead.
So it's kind of like a new version of the Pepper's Ghost effect.
Maybe like a new version of the Pepper's Ghost, but with technology?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I obviously I don't know. I didn't ask how it was done. I was too focused on, oh my gosh, look, a lightsaber battle. To think about like the complexities of it while I was in there.
I was thinking one of the hardest things to reproduce on a monitor or a television or whatever is black,
Yeah.
It
because
is.
it's really difficult, and space is mostly black.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
if it looks that good, then they've got some really high quality, technical equipment behind the scenes, and screens, I guess,
They
that
do,
they're
yeah.
using, which is probably a lot better than we all look at home or something like that. So that probably does make it very different than what they installed previously, right? At
Well,
Yeah.
Space 220, because that restaurant's been put together for a while. It just hadn't opened. So
Yes.
the technology's probably evolved. Yeah.
well,
That's pretty cool. All righty. Emma is a fan of R2D2, so she was curious about this one.
I made this one earlier.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think of the new R2 droid and the new lightsaber to the Starcruiser?
So let me take both of those separately. So the new droid, whose name I forget, is adorable. Like they have him, he's out and he's roaming and he's autonomous. Like you can talk to him and he'll be like, "Beep, beep, bop," and he'll be like, "Oh, that's so adorable." And like I was carrying on a conversation with the droid, like pretending I could understand what it was saying to me. And that was a fun 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the I'm assuming by lightsaber, do you mean the lightsaber you get to use in lightsaber training or Rey's lightsaber?
Which one are you referring to?
The new one that was in the gift on next to the droid that came out.
You're talking about one that you can buy, one that you use for lightsaber training, or one that Rey does that actually goes up? Which one were you referring to? You want to say all of them? You can talk
Yeah,
about.
we'll say all of them.
Yeah, let's talk about all
Yeah.
of them. Okay.
Okay. So, I was disappointed at first when I was told months prior that in lightsaber training you won't get to use the real lightsaber. But
Yeah.
I understood why immediately upon getting my hands on the one you use for training.
Yeah.
So it actually has like a haptic engine in it. So when you power it on, it like comes to life and like vibrates and shakes and everything.
Wow.
And then when you hit a blaster beam, you feel like the reverberation on the hilt.
Wow.
And I don't think that would have been possible with the real lightsaber. And it's light enough that you can deftly wield it. And then behind the lightsaber, people behind you are holding shields like they had in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And the shields also have haptics. So if they hit a laser beam, they feel like you almost got pushed back a little bit. It's
Wow.
it's really, really cool. And then there is a moment where Rey pulls out the real lightsaber, and it's incredible. It is absolutely like the crowd in the room. You would think that we just watched like Jesus himself score the winning touchdown at the Super Bowl. Okay, it was incredible.
Everybody was thrilled.
The response we got to that.
Wow.
It's great. It's unbelievable.
And then they created one, I think that's unique to purchase.
Yes.
Gift shop.
Not the one I'm talking about. That's
Oh.
why I put new.
Okay.
Okay, well that's the one she was originally referencing then.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got to see that at the media debriefing thing after we got off the ship, and it's one of the legacy lightsabers, just like you can buy in
Okay.
Doc Ondar.
Oh.
And what sets it apart is that you can only buy that hilt in the Halcyon, and you can actually customize it. They have all the Erebus letters, like a set you get with it. So you can put like your initials in Erebus on the saber if you choose to. which is
Wow.
really cool.
Yeah, that's unique. You can't do that with the others. So that's pretty neat. Okay. So did you have the opportunity to do the lightsaber training part?
We did, and I will tell you that with my disability at first, I could not see the beam, and the attendant comes, "Is there a technical problem?" I'm like, "No, ma'am, I'm just legally blind. Triple C." And they go, "Don't worry, the force will guide you."
There you
And
go.
I'm like, "Okay, yeah, right, lady."
Hmm.
Like that's what they said about baseball, and it didn't happen. But later, the force actually does guide you, and they have this cool trick they do where you can like sense the force will tell you where the beam is going to be. And man, there's a video on my website. I was doing it like a champ. It
Oh,
was
we gotta
it was
find
great.
that.
And like the attendant came up to me afterwards and she's like, "That was amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." It
That's
was great.
cool.
There's a video of her reaction on the site as well in the art.
Oh, we're gonna find that. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. We're gonna find that. That's awesome. What? You have a follow up? What's your follow up question?
Do you think you could share it on YouTube?
Yes. So definitely I have the file and I will send you guys a link to the website.
Okay.
It's in our native video player.
Yeah.
You can watch it there. Yeah.
Yeah, we can link it in the description too if you want.
Yeah. No, you can. I can get you the embed link. You can
Okay.
link it just as itself, like a YouTube video.
That's awesome.
Click a phone recording. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
We'll also link both of your websites as well.
Oh, of
in the
course.
description.
Of course. Yeah. I'll get all
Absolutely.
to you.
Absolutely. Okay, Emma wanted to know. Okay, here you go. Number 9.
What did you tell Disney about your feedback from your experience?
So did they do like a follow-up survey or people or?
We did not get a follow-up survey.
Oh,
I sent them like my stories, so I think that kind of served as like
Yeah.
my feedback.
Yeah.
I think I did like text Allison, and I was like, "It was fantastic, thank you so much,"
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But they weren't like, "Here, fill out this 50-page survey."
Yeah.
No,
It seems
but
like,
it-
I don't know what triggers it, but usually when we go to Disney World, at some point, a few days after we get home, we'll get an email with a survey, and
Me too. Yeah.
it
We
can
did
be
not get that.
related to something we did or something that they're trying to figure out or develop.
Well, I will tell you that I know people who did the full 2 days got surveys.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, this is number 10. We have a total of 11. I added 1. So this is number 10, and this is the part that I guess we wanted to learn a little bit more about what your experience was like and how, like, for example, we've seen tours of the cabins of the staterooms, but we didn't see any that were accessible. And it may be that they just didn't show them. So we were curious about that. So you want to read number 10?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How does Disney help to support the disability community during the Starcruiser?
Like experience, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be totally upfront. I did not get to visit the accessible cabins, but I was told that there are accessible cabins.
Okay.
I was under the impression that yes, they do have them. And I don't think that you wouldn't be able to fit a wheelchair in the regular cabin. I think that would be totally doable. Now, maybe if it's extra wide,
Yeah.
or something of that nature, you may want the accessible cabin. But I do think that there are accessible cabins. And I will say that the inclusion in the cast members is great. Like the attendant at the Crown of Corellia dining room who set me was himself in a wheelchair.
Okay.
So yeah, the place is totally accessible from that level. And really, I mean, they're going to bend over backwards to make your experience great. So I think if you do have any concerns, you can tell them. either on the phone before you get there or once you're actually on the ship. And they will make those accommodations for you.
Okay, yeah, because normally when you book your reservation, you can say if you have different meal issues,
Yes, so if you have different meal issues, immediately upon boarding, go to the Crown of Corellia dining room, and they will talk to you, and they'll make the accommodations for you there for your whole stay.
Oh, that's nice. I was thinking that people have talked about the rooms, and you mentioned earlier that they were bigger than people had originally thought.
They were, yeah.
When you go on a cruise ship, the rooms are generally smaller than hotel rooms. So
Yes.
if they're kind of making this like a cruise ship, that would make sense as well for the purpose.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely to heighten the immersion.
Yeah, that makes sense. All righty. Well, that is the last regular question, but you do have number 11. And this is for the links and things, right?
Where can the people find your review about the Starcruiser?
So, this is really great. We posted our same review on disabilityatdisney.com and monorailnews.com. We have, I think, an extra bonus article on monorailnews.com, and it's actually all right in a special coverage section. So immediately below, like the top 3 featured stories, you'll see it says Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, and we have all of our coverage of that there. And that's where you can find the videos, the articles, all of that good stuff.
Oh.
That's awesome. That'll work. We'll link everything.
Yeah.
Now, we went through your list of questions, but did anything else come up while we were talking that you want to ask Gray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we ever do a feedback one online for those who can't pay to go to the Starcruiser?
Are they going to do a what online?
Online survey for feedback.
Oh, are they going to do an online survey for people who don't go? I'm not sure I'm following.
For like those who might seem interested, but doesn't have the money to go on.
Well, you can't fill out a survey unless you're able to attend, right?
Oh.
So that's.
But I do think that you raise a very important question there, Emma, and that is, it is a pricey experience. It's not something that's in reach of everyone who goes to Disney. And what I'm anticipating will happen is that they will lower the price at some point. I don't know what that price point will be, but I'm not sure that that there is 5 years worth of people willing to pay the $6,000 for a family of 4. I think that the price will go down at some point. I don't know when that will be. And you have to remember that the price is dynamic, right? So the price that they're listing on the website is just for a snapshot in time. So, if there's a slow season they find after a year of operating it, they may offer pass holder discounts or DVC discounts or, discounts if you book through them rather than a travel agency.
Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of things they can do to soften the blow for people.
And this is already an all-inclusive thing, right? So your meals are included?
Is.
Okay.
So your meal, everything's included with the exception of alcohol. You're given one free alcoholic beverage included, and the rest of the alcohol is pay. But yes, your magic band is included. Your food is included. Your cabin's included. The entertainment's included. The park ticket to go down to Batu is included.
Okay.
Your meal in Hollywood Studios is included. So everything you do pretty much within that Starcruiser experience is included in the price.
Okay. And it's like a cruise as well, mostly.
It's like a cruise, yes. Yeah. Now, I am personally hoping that at some point maybe they throw in extra goodies with that price. Maybe give you a discount off of a stay, at another hotel while you're there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I could see something like that maybe being very appealing to people.
And yeah, I think we've gone for a couple dozen times. Emma's been. We've gone
I think
since
it's gonna be 23
something
this
like that,
year.
and we've stayed at all the different levels of resorts. And if it was priced at the deluxe resort level, which is pretty pricey, if you go to Polynesian or you're looking $700 a night or something like that easily. I think that would, as high as that is, that would make it, believe it or not, I think a little more accessible to people.
I think it would, yeah.
You're not paying per person in that case necessarily.
Right. But I do think after going, I kind of understood the pricing better. Like, I mean, I think the guest to cast member ratio is unlike anything else I've seen on property. I mean, the level of service is the equivalent of that you get at like a Ritz-Carlton or a Four Seasons.
Well, that's saying something. Yeah.
It is like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see, because I don't think they'd be able to maintain the level of service that they want if they brought the price down much more. That's not to say that they can't make it work, eventually. But I think just with the economics right now, inflation's so high.
Right.
We're kind of in unforeseen circumstances economically with things happening around the globe, be it COVID or the invasion of Ukraine, that are throwing everything kind of up in the air. I think that the price makes sense, from an economic point of view right now.
Okay. I had one follow-up question, if I can ask one. Is that okay? Or do you have one first?
Well,
okay, you go first.
This would be my you're drinking Coke.
Emma's a Coke.
Oh, I love Coke. No, I will tell you, I run out of Cokes so fast. It's my go-to thing to power me through whatever I'm doing.
Emma has a small Coca-Cola item collection as well.
Oh, okay. I go into the Coke store at Disney Springs and I'm like, ooh, my favorite drink has merchandise. And then I'm like, wait, how would I get it all home?
That is it, huh? You are. Okay, so go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. So this is kind of like a little feedback. A little feedback question.
Okay.
For Disney from me.
Okay.
If they're gonna upgrade the whole car thing by adding technology to the hotel, make sure they add you can bring your own lightsaber from home, and you can bring your R2D2 to interact with us. With the new R2 droid.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that is a question. This is not the question I had, but you brought up one. Are people there doing, when you were there, were there people doing the whole cosplay thing? Or are you allowed to bring on your own lightsaber?
Boy, were there. People were, I mean, this is a press event, people. Like, come on. I said that in the most loving way. All of my media friends are great. I mean, they were doing it for it was like a part of their thing on camera, to be dressed up.
Yeah.
But no, they absolutely encourage everyone on the ship to dress up. And I think that's going to make it so much more immersive. I think it comes off slightly different if everyone's wearing Under Armour gym shorts and Star Trek t-shirts. It's a little different when everybody is in character and is dressed up. It feels that much more immersive.
Well, Emma has a friend here in San Antonio that is part of a Star Wars society, like a club.
Yeah.
And she was thinking about joining, and still is, I guess. And she wants to have the outfit for a Jedi, right? Is what you're thinking of. So yeah, so it sounds like you could dress like that. Maybe you can.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna. They have the costume guidelines are loose when compared to the costume guidelines in the park. Like they want you to dress up.
Okay. And then the other part of what she was saying was the droid. So you could build your droid in Galaxy's Edge, And your suggestion was that you can bring your built droid, right? Yeah, like your R2.
Including the lightsaber.
Right. And that somehow your Build-A-Droid from Droid Depot would interact with the new droid. Is that what you're thinking?
You say that, and they actually have custom droids you can buy there, like the droids, but then they have a droid racing game, and it's my understanding that you can race your own droid during that event. So I think
you could
that they're kind of dipping their toe in the water of letting you bring your own paraphernalia in with you, and maybe they'll take that to the next step.
That would be cool. So you're thinking along the lines they are, evidently, huh? That's great. What?
When you were coming up with new technology, like for the character interaction.
The AI, yeah. What?
I was thinking, like, in several years, when Disney World will turn either 60 or 70 years old.
Well, that's a long time.
I know I'll probably be in my early 40s.
10 or 20 years. Okay. What about it?
Yeah, that's it.
What about it?
They're looking at Talking Mickey 2.0 as a huge upgrade.
They're going to bring back Talking Mickey? I hope they bring back Talking Mickey before that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're like going to upgrade it.
Yeah, maybe they will. And maybe it'll have the AI and it'll know about you and your preferences. And hey, I heard you went to the Plaza restaurant and got a burger. How was your burger?
Yeah, no, I think that we are absolutely, I think we may not have to wait until the 60th or 70th anniversary for things like that to happen if things keep going the way they're going.
That's cool. I guess the last question that I had to follow up was just, generally speaking, what was the biggest thing what surprised you the most once you got there after seeing previews and hearing about it? And when you left, you're like, this is the thing that kind of blew me away.
The thing that, there were many things that blew me away.
Yeah.
But, they kept the interior spaces really secretive. So for me, going down that dark hallway, getting in that launch pod, going to the atrium, going to the sublight lounge, going to the crowd going to the bridge, going to the engine room, all the places were just unbelievable. And that made a huge impact. But then, I knew that the characters would interact with me. But I was taken aback by how enveloping it is. Like, I'm usually not the kind of guy to do all the role playing stuff, but I was into it. Like there'd be moments when I would be so genuinely mad at the first order lieutenant, I would have to hold my tongue because I was gonna say a swear. like that's how into it I got.
That's cool.
It felt real. It was good. It was good.
That's pretty awesome.
But they're acting, right?
Well, of course he knows they're acting.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. But when you're in there, your mind's going. You forget about everything that's happening. And it really, I was sitting there and I'm like, wow, it really is remarkable to think that these people, these characters don't actually exist.
Yeah.
It's just some actor playing them. That's how good it was.
They're so good at their job, you forget that it's not real, right? That's amazing. Yeah, that's cool. Well, and that's the thing with Disney World and Disneyland, the time we visited there, is the biggest and best thing about the parks and the hotels and everything else is the cast members. There's always someone who is there to brighten your day. You may have one or two, especially more recently, that have been frustrated like the rest of us with everything going on.
Yeah.
But
which I kind of feel sorry for.
Yeah, because it's harder for them to make that magic nowadays. But they're always the people. We've got photos in all of our photo albums of cast members. Yes. And that's what we remember is those interactions, right? So it sounds like that continues here as well.
Oh, I mean, it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. It's great.
Awesome. Well, what?
I do have a question.
One more?
Go ahead.
you were talking about those who have issues with stuff, right?
Like disabilities?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go
We
ahead.
were talking about that.
So how can the cast members who work at the Star Wars Starcruiser can be notified if your child has something called a medical hearing issue called misophonia?
Oh, how do they know how to accommodate any special needs? That when part of it is we were talking about informing them ahead of time, but you're
Right.
talking about specifically in the interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they would know that unless you talk to them about it.
I don't know, but if I had to guess, I think that the system that's like relaying all of this information, telling them what your allegiance is at any given time, tracking you around the ship so you can have this bespoke personal experience. I assume that it can also tag for things like specific disabilities and can let them know however that works.
There you go.
Oh,
I think it's all gonna happen behind the scenes.
That works. What?
I know it's gonna be on recording.
Well, we are recording now. Why?
Apparently, my birthday was April 10th, right?
Uh-huh.
You know the actress who played Rey in the newer Star Wars movie, right?
We just learned this, that the actress that played Rey has the same birthday as somebody else we know.
Wow, that's really cool.
And I,
When
a
we get off
lot,
the air, I will tell you who I share my birthday with because he's a bit of a megalomaniac.
Uh-oh.
His the country he lives in rhymes with North Korea.
Oh.
Um,
The guy with the haircut.
the guy with the haircut, the original guy with the haircut.
Yeah, we were looking up because Emma's going to have a party soon. And we said, you know what, one of the things that would be cool to do, she wanted a kind of a project. I said, let's look up all the people that share your birthday and we can do like a little poster sign. So it's also fun for people that didn't know the same to say, these people share Emma's birthday. And
Really
that
good
was
idea.
one of the people that we found out. Was it Daisy Ridley, I think is her name?
I think that's her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling people when we got off, I'm like, how cool would it be if they brought back like Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley
Yeah.
to reprise their roles? I think that would cost tens of thousands of dollars to get in there. But wouldn't it be cool?
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome. All right. Well, I think you need to say thank you.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Ray Howard, for coming back on my show.
Look, thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to getting to gush to people about the Starcruiser experience.
Well, we appreciate you
it's
sharing it with us.
It's always a pleasure to come on y'all's show. It really is.
There you go. That's your friend Gray.
Yeah.
And yeah, we really appreciate it too.
Yeah.
And if there's ever anything coming up or anything else you want to share, or just to chit chat or whatever, let us know. We'd
Absolutely.
love to have you back again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All
I
right.
really appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Everyone?
We're both reaching for the mute button. Yep, we're good. So how is it? What did you think of that interview? What did you think of his experience with the Starcruiser? Because that is a unique kind of experience, right? There are people that are doing it right now, but it's a pretty small group compared to everybody going to Disney World, right?
No.
And Gray, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It is because they are testing it still.
Well, I think it's actually in regular bookings now, but it's just smaller and the pricing, right?
Yeah, that's why.
But also, I think, Monica says, great interview. Emma, I like it.
Thank you, Monica.
I think also because it's such a unique thing, and Gray had the opportunity to see it in the media preview, which was before it actually opened to the public, right?
Thank you, Charlie.
Yep, Charlie said this was an awesome interview, Emma. Mary, I loved hearing about Gray's experience. Yes, he did a
No.
good job. That's where I was going. Was Gray is such a positive guy. He has a lot of fun. He does have a disability with
Yes.
his vision, but it doesn't stop him. He operates 2 different websites.
Yeah.
He knows a lot of people in the Disney community, in the Disney media community especially. And he's just a lot of fun to talk to, right? So Emma counts him as a friend, and I do too. So that's really awesome. So yeah, let's talk real quick about what's coming up, because today is Wednesday. Saturday is trivia night. What's coming up trivia night this week?
Toy Story 1995.
That's right. We've got trivia all about the original Toy Story from 1995.
And how old is that going to be?
Well, if you watched our trivia last Saturday about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you'll know that it's not common questions. These are trivia questions that will test your knowledge.
Yeah.
It's not all the easy stuff. So that is something that we want you to join us for at 7 o'clock Saturday night.
Yeah.
As always, Emma's trivia night. And then next Wednesday night, wait a minute, we're going to blow you away. Emma has a guest that is amazing. Eddie Sato, concept designer, entrepreneur, and former senior vice president of concept design for Imagineering, Walt Disney Imagineering. That was a cool interview. And guess what he did? Because he knows Emma's channel, at the end of the interview, he asked Emma a trivia question. Now, let me ask you, do you think she got it right?
Stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned to find out. It's a tough question, but you'll have to see how it went. It was really cool. All right. Let's look at the chat one more time. Oh, Michael says Emma used the Force on this one.
With Carrie Fisher.
With Carrie Fisher. That's right. Yay. All right. Oh, and Mike says, I'm wearing my Rex t-shirt tonight. I love Toy Story. Well, Mike, we can't wait to see you then. I know you're going to know some of this stuff, but we're going to do our best to test you on knowledge, because we're going to look for the good, interesting, and challenging questions. I might catch up on replay. Yes, Dennis.
I know
hashtag team replay. And Dennis says Toy Story, my favorite movie. Well, Dennis, we're looking forward to it. And I'll bet you're going to get a lot of them right, because you are a movie expert. Here we are.
Thank you,
Great
Jonathan.
interview. Thank you, Jonathan. That's awesome.
Does everyone know how to spell Gray's name? Is it Grey or Gray?
I believe it's A.
Oh.
But that's okay. I mean, I'm sure Gray would understand, right? That's not a very common first name, so that's one of those things you got to learn. But look what Mary put. I love your D23 shirt, Emma.
Thank you, Mary.
That is a D23 gold member shirt from last year that she loves. Emma stumped me last week on Snow White.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, like I said, we'll see how Toy Story goes. My favorite movie is Disney Toy Story. Well, we got a lot of fans of Toy Story, huh?
Yeah.
That's going to be a great one. Monica says, I love Toy Story. It's one of my favorite movies, too. And our good friend, Dennis, calls time. And he's like, you know what? It's about time to wrap up. And I think you are correct.
Yeah, correct, buddy.
So give me a quick second. We're going to thank the people that support Emma's channel.
Yeah.
Storybook Trips by Bridget Langford. You can contact Bridget at bridget.langford@storybooktrips.com. She is our Disney travel planner, and she is awesome. Emma's fairy godmother, Disney planning fairy godmother. So check her out. You can also find this is organic and fair trade. Always got to remember the words.
Ron
Roasted
Coffee. Kind Note Cafe.
That's right. Junior's Kind Note Cafe. He has organic, fair trade, fresh roasted coffee, and you can buy it at bossabilityinc.org/store. The proceeds go to support nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
And Junior is one of Emma's friends for many years. So go out there and check out the coffee. If you're a coffee drinker like Emma's mom is, you will enjoy it. Speaking of Emma's mom, you can also go find past episodes of Beyond Disability Texas, and hopefully some episodes that Emma's mom, not Emma, but Emma's mom is going to be
My
recording
mom.
soon.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
Hopefully soon.
But she does have a YouTube channel, and there's a great interview there about Fiesta Especial, which is what Emma is queen of for this year. And last but
what Fiesta is starting this week.
That's right. Fiesta is coming up next week. And we also want to thank, last but not least, Emma's Patreon supporters. So we want to thank them for their support and remind you that if you are a Patreon supporter, you can take part in an exclusive last Sunday of the month Q&A through Zoom that we do. So thank you to Sir Willow and to Mike Klemovich and to T-Bowls. And to T-Bowls, brand new supporter. And to Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure.
And Jonathan Mace.
And Jonathan.
Royal Clerk 2022.
That's right. And Miss Natalia.
Yeah.
So check them out. Check out Patreon if you want to learn more about that. But we enjoy your support just by watching and subscribing.
Yeah. That
means a lot, right?
Yeah.
Get you in the heart. Thank you so much, guys. So it is time to go. Bye-bye till Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Yep, we got everybody. So thank you guys for being here. Emma, how do we close out the show?
Well,
you do it.
As always, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Make a like, subscribe, and share the channel with your family, and friends, and neighbors.
That's right.
If they watch YouTube.
That's right. So until Saturday night.
Till Saturday night, guys.
Toy Story trivia.
Night, guys. See you all on Saturday night for Toy Story trivia at 7 o'clock p.m. Central.